Tonight on the WDW Fan Zone show, we're going to talk about spending a little time at Disney World in the summer, things to do, places to go, maybe even people to meet. And we're going to get into it right now. And tonight I am here with Darlene Nagy. I am Stuart Sternberg. Before we really start the show, though, I do want to mention, we've had a little difficulty over the last week because of the holidays. People are busy with their families and relatives and friends. We also had a little difficulty with the last show that Darlene and I recorded. It came up as a video cast on YouTube, but for some reason there was difficulty. It still hasn't been posted to Apple Podcasts, so we're hoping that is behind us, and this will be fine with the show. And believe it or not, that last show was actually better if you watch it on YouTube anyway. It wasn't a show to be heard, it was a show to be seen. All right, so it almost feels like we're getting into summertime now, Darlene.
I know, it does.
Yeah, it's we had a few nice, comfortable days, and it's been getting hot lately. Just really
Oh my
hot.
gosh, yeah.
It's supposed to cool down tomorrow. It's only supposed to be, I think, in the mid 70s tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, it's only supposed to be in the mid 70s with a good chance of rain. Hopefully, some of that rain will hit us here. But if you're coming in the summertime, it's people who don't live here never heed the warnings. And I'm not talking about everybody, some people. Bring sunscreen. Darlene reminds you every week, bring your sunscreen. And there's a reason for it. Now, I don't know about you, but lately I have seen more and more people in the park with skin the color of a red shirt because they're burning themselves because they're not putting on any sunscreen.
Exactly.
Don't become a tomato.
And I'm going to give you a hint. I know y'all like to buy that big thing of, copper tone or whatever other one there is out there. But if you are prone to burning and peeling, I found living down here, the best thing that I'm able to use is this stuff called Australian Gold that has instant bronzer in it with a 30 in it of sunscreen, but it helps with the bronzing, and I'm actually not burning at all, even between not going out for a few days or something where I'm busy in the house and I go back out and I use that sunscreen, I don't fry.
Well, I never heard of that, honestly. Believe it or not, we use whatever BJ's or Sam's has on sale. And we've gotten BJ's brand, which is the spray cans, which is 50 SPF. And that seems to work fine too. The waterproof 50 SPF. That seems to be working for us. But you know what? We're down here and using it all the time. We go to the park. So I won't recommend that to somebody, because if you're coming from Buffalo, let's say, and you haven't been out in the sun, you just make sure you have some kind of sunscreen on. I wouldn't recommend 30, but if 30 works, like Darlene said, great. I would go with 50. I would use the sport kind, because it does wear off after a short period of time. And for those who don't put sunscreen on, I'm going to use myself as an example. When I was in my teens and early 20s, I used to go to the beach all the time. When I say all the time, I mean on the weekends. And I'd fry myself. I would start off with SPF 6, go to 4, go to 2, then go to baby oil. Not thinking anything of it. Yeah. Not thinking anything of it. Sometimes I would get a bad sunburn. Some years I got lucky and I wouldn't, but I'm paying for it now.
Right?
I go to the dermatologist every 6 months. So what does that tell you?
Baby oil with iodine in it and lemon in your hair.
Yeah, I never use the iodine or the lemon.
Don't
do as I did.
Another thing you need to remember is your lips.
Yes.
You've got to I know a lot of people like to do just like Burt's Bees or something, but when you're out, you need something with a sunscreen in it. Mm-hmm. So I know, like, I've went to Island Ridge, and they had a nice coconut one, their own brand that had a SPF 15, so I wear that all the time. And I know, there's the cocoa butter one, Palmer's. They have one. And I think Bliss Dex has a 15 as well. So I would
Yeah,
definitely think of that too. And
yeah, that's good.
remember to do it to your children.
Yeah. Oh my God. Speaking of children, I don't know what's wrong with some parents, but the last time I was at Disney, and I've seen this before, there are parents that they have those, I don't know what you call those sacks that they carry the kids in front of them,
Yeah.
which is great if they're comfortable with it, if they're bringing, baby to the parks. Put sunscreen on them. I can't tell
Right?
you how many of
Yes.
those kids I've seen, they look like tomatoes. That these kids have no hair on their head yet. They're not covering the kids from the arms down. I mean, it's like, or the legs. What is wrong with these parents? Sunscreen and cover them up. They're babies. I just don't know. It's a different generation from when we were growing up or had our kids growing up, and even our parents with us. And it's just, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Make sure you also reapply every
Yep.
like 80 minutes, or every, if you're not in water, you might be okay for an hour and a half, 2 hours, but you really do need to reapply.
Yep, absolutely.
And
That's
remember
why I
the top of
recommend.
your ears if you're wearing your hair up in a ponytail or a baseball cap.
Yeah,
Or
that's
if
why I
you're like
recommend.
Stuart,
Oh,
who
sorry.
doesn't have anything covering his
Yeah.
ears like I do.
Yeah, that's why I recommended the sports brands. But even that, which it's supposed to be anti-sweat, whatever it is, that wears off. So Darlene is absolutely right. At least, if not every 80, 90 minutes, at least every 2 hours. Especially if you're going to be in the park all day.
Yeah.
Um, and the only other tip that I really have for people that's important is bring water with you. Now this is, I didn't know this until
Stay
some people told me about this and actually read a few articles on it. People think that if they drink a beverage like soda, they're okay. It'll keep them hydrated. No, soda, believe it or not, dehydrates you. You need water. Alcohol will dehydrate you.
Yes. What you should do is get those packets of the either the electrolytes,
Mhm.
where you can find them in Pedialyte. You can as an adult put a Pedialyte packet in your water. They also have hydration packets like Liquid IV. The runners use those a lot. And then there's one that's called Hydrate as well. Or even just flavor your water with like the little, I think it's the Kool-Aid or whatever. Just put it, if you don't like the taste of it, put a drop of that in,
Mhm.
just so you drink enough fluid.
Yeah, you can. I don't know if are they or are they not. Did they stop giving ice water out to
No, they
people?
still do. They
They still
still
do.
have it.
Okay, I know they
You
stopped
can
for a period
ask
of
for
time.
them.
Yeah, I know they had stopped for a period of time. They were not,
Right.
but I'm glad they're giving that out again. So, right, so you can stop and ask for them. That won't cost you anything. If you're on a budget, bring a bottle of water if you can.
Hmm.
Um,
And you
it, it,
can refill them too with, if you don't want to carry the cup around, you go over, ask for a cup, and then you can refill your bottle that way.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's all the tips I really have in terms of the summer that are important. Those I think are the most important ones. I mean, you dress properly too. Uh, it's going to get hot,
Hmm.
really hot, especially in July and August if you're coming. Um,
But remember, if you are one of the people that don't like air conditioning, some restaurants and rides can be very cold. So you might want to just put in a light sweater or something to bring with you.
yeah, that's not a bad idea either. Yeah, because I know we have a neighbor who, if it's below 90, she's freezing.
Hmm. I
um,
know.
there are people like that. Look, my daughter at night, she'll have the air conditioner on, she'll have her fan going, but she'll put 3 blankets on her and just cover herself up. It's like, I don't care.
That's me. That is me. I do
Yeah.
the same thing. My husband drives him nuts. He's like, we don't need a blanket. Just a sheet is fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't sleep with a blanket most of the time, but then in the morning I'll wake up and I'm covered. I don't even know
Yeah.
how that happens.
Hmm.
Uh, it's if you're coming in the summertime, the crowds are going to play an important part of your trip. You're not going to be able to get away from them. If they've been like the last couple of summers, you're going to be in for a rude awakening if you're not aware of the crowds.
It was busy the last time I went.
Yeah. Yep.
It
Yeah.
was extremely busy.
I was there not this week, the week before Magic Kingdom. It was on a Monday, and it 90 some odd degrees out. It was just horrendous being in the park
Yeah.
that day. We stayed for a couple hours and we had to get out of there.
Now we're all going to have to remember
A few hours.
this summer is probably going to be a little bit different at Magic Kingdom. It's going to be crowded all the time because of the new ride, like Epcot was
Yes.
last
Yep.
year, and Hollywood was the year before with Rise of the Resistance. We had Guardians, and now we have Tron.
Yep.
Tron is going to play a big part of your vacation, and I'm really sorry about that, but that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's very true. Um, it's if you're going to the parks, I still don't like the fact that there's a Genie Plus that you have to pay extra for.
I know.
Personally, I don't like the fact that you're paying $150 to get into the park or thereabouts, and then you have to pay. It could be anywhere from $17 to $29 just so you can enjoy the rides. Paying $150 to get into park should be the privilege. It should be a privilege just to get into the park. It should, and like I said, it's my personal opinion to include everything. But that's the way it is, and it's not just
Mhm.
Disney doing this. Orlando. What's the name? Universal's doing it. I don't know about SeaWorld. We're not pass holders there anymore, so I don't know about SeaWorld. But I know Universal is doing it, and it's just that's the way of life. It's these. You have to remember these theme parks are businesses, and they're going to find whatever profit centers they can utilize to make as much money as possible. They're going to do it, and Genie Plus is a big profit center for them. So unfortunately, you're going to have to pony up if you want to ride most attractions, especially in the Magic Kingdom. It's not something I cannot not recommend that you buy Genie Plus. Unfortunately, I have to recommend that you purchase Genie Plus. Not in every park, but in most parks. You're going to need it in Hollywood Studios because with fewer attractions in that park, the lines are going to be longer because it's not going to stop the crowds from coming. But with fewer places to disperse the crowds that are there, you're going to need Genie Plus there too. So Magic Kingdom, and yeah, darling.
So I pulled up SeaWorld really quick.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a reserve seating and quick queue. Enjoy reserve seats and shows and presentations, unlimited front of the line access to all your most popular rides starting at $19.99. Then they have a all day dining deal too.
Oh, their all-day dining deal is great.
Yeah,
That is worth it.
Yeah, $49.99.
Oh no, well, it was a lot cheaper when I got it. That was
Yeah.
a couple of years ago. It's gone up in price. It was worth it. I don't know if it's worth it for that amount, but it was worth it when it was. I think what was it? It was like $20. I think 25, maybe. I don't remember. I know it wasn't 49.
Yeah, it says eat and drink all day as often as once every 90 minutes for one
Wow.
low price.
It used to be every hour. When
Yes.
we did it, it was every hour.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't picture doing that.
Well, yeah, neither could we, but we did it.
Oh my
Actually, we didn't
God.
do it every hour. We were there for a day. We did lunch, middle of the afternoon lunch, and late lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it, and got out of there because we had to take care of this guy. Wait, can you see me? Hold on. Where is he? He's buried. He's buried behind the stairs.
He's behind a
That's if
pillow.
you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to us, that's my dog I'm referring to.
My little guy is in the living room with his father.
Yeah. So wow, that's interesting that they're doing that. But you see, they're all going to things like that. They're all
Mm-hmm.
trying to make money where they didn't at some point in time, and people are paying it. I don't want to get off topic too much, but I would prefer that they just raise the price and include it in the price. So when you walk in the door, everyone's on equal footing and bring back Fast Pass the way it was. But we know that's not going to happen, at least not for the foreseeable future, if ever. So I recommend in those two parks for sure that you get Genie Plus. Epcot, it, you might need it. You might not, depending on the time of year you go. If you're coming in July and August, then I would recommend it there. Animal Kingdom, if you plan on seeing the shows, one or both the shows, which the two best shows in Disney World are both in Animal Kingdom, which is Nemo and Lion King. Pandora, two great rides there. There's Mount Everest. So it's, and also there aren't as many attractions there as there are in Magic Kingdom or Epcot. So you probably will need it there too. So come to think of, if you're coming in July to the first half of August, you probably will need to get Genie Plus to get enough attractions in to
Mm-hmm.
satisfy that vacation you're taking. Otherwise, you're going to probably come out upset that you didn't get on everything, because you could have 2-3 hour waits depending on the crowds. Hopefully, it won't be more than an hour, but you just don't know. Things to do during the summer. I think Epcot is a wonderful park as far as things to do come in the summer, because they've got all these festivals, the concerts. I don't know. They haven't announced the summer concerts yet, have they?
Not past July 4th yet.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, because that's another festival that'll be starting. That's after
Mhm.
Food and Wine ends.
Food and wine will be starting,
I'm
I
sorry,
think,
Food and
like
Wine will be
2 weeks
starting. That's right.
later.
The flower. Yeah.
Yeah, right now we're in Flower and Garden.
Yep. Yeah.
And they are switching up food and stuff during the garden.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
And once we get to Food and Wine, which I think a lot of people will be here for the summer for that. The concerts are actually better during Food and Wine than they are for the Flower and Garden Festival. They're good, and don't get me wrong, they're very good during the Flower and Garden, but it seems like they bring in better artists for Food and Wine. So when I
Yes.
say better artists, more frequent professional, like bands than. All right, I'm burying myself here. How do I get out? I don't want to. You know what? The bands that they have now are very good, but they're more pop. That's what the word I was looking for. They're more popular. The ones that they get
Right.
for Food and Wine. Yeah, Magic Kingdom. There's always things going on there. A lot of attractions to do. A lot of food. That's always fun. And Darlene is preoccupied tonight.
I am trying to look for the lineup right now for, I thought I might have seen something, but I might not have, for the Food and Wine.
Yeah, I don't know if it came out yet, but then again, I haven't been, because we haven't.
Because we're close. We're close to July. I
Right.
mean, we're getting, July's creeping up really quick.
Right, it's going to be here before you know it. This is the unfortunate part. We were doing a new show every week. We plan on combining it with, and it was supposed to start this week, as a matter of fact, the new show with our regular show. That didn't happen, as I mentioned at the top of the show. It should happen next week. So because we haven't done it, I haven't been in the parks. At least this past week and this coming week, I'm not going to be in the parks. I haven't really looked at the news so much, other than what you're seeing Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, up to with Disney. And I'm not going to get into that, because there might be people on both sides of the fence here, and I don't want to offend anybody, even though.
No, I must have. Maybe it was last year's. They're saying that right now the estimated dates are going to be July 13th to November 18th. But I don't. I must have thought I seen something with music, but it was just the dates.
Yeah, that should be coming out soon. My guess would be before the end of April, we'll know everything, or
Yes.
we'll know most things, not everything, but most things.
Yeah, because we just have I mean, some of the concerts that are coming up right now, in the next couple weeks, if you're going to be here, are where is that list? I was just in that list. I've been a little bit busy this week, apparently, because it got buried. Books I'm reading, though. Pull something else up and I'll look for those.
All right. Well, while Darlene's looking for the concerts, Hollywood Studios usually has some things going on during the summertime too. There's a lot of after hours parties too that are separate ticket events. If you're going to be here, hopefully you've got your tickets already, because I think a lot of them have sold out already.
Mm-hmm.
But those are always fun things to do. Water parks. Which one is open now? It's Typhoon Lagoon, I think.
Yes, Typhoon Lagoon is open from 10 to 6 p.m.
Yeah, so that's something else you can do if you want to take a break from the parks one day. There's miniature golf on property. There's a lot of things going on at the various resorts. Depending on where you're staying, there'll be different schedules and different things there. There's a lot of food in the resorts that you can't go hungry at Walt Disney World unless you're oblivious or hate food. Oblivious to food or hate food.
Okay, I found the list.
Okay, good.
So this week we have Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles, the 9th and the 10th. The 11th to the 13th, we have Foreigner's Journey. For the 14th and 15th, we have Blue October. Switchfoot will be here from April 16th to 17th. And the 18th to 20th is Evolution Motown. So not too bad.
No, not too bad at all. Switchfoot I saw years ago. Really
Yeah.
good band. Really good band.
Yeah.
What for past annual pass holders, if there are any annual pass holders listening or watching us, and I do want to please remind everybody, as I usually do, sometimes I forget, like or hate the show, I don't care, but subscribe to it, please. It gives us more visibility so we can reach out to more people in the Disney community and get better recognized, and we really would appreciate that. Rate the show, I don't care, good, bad, or otherwise. It'll help us. It won't hurt us, it'll help us. We will take criticism any way we can, constructive or otherwise. But yeah, for annual pass holders, after April 18th at 2 p.m. during the week, any park, no reservation. On the weekends, only Magic Kingdom you have to make a reservation for still after 2. So that's great, because if you want to see a concert, you don't have to make a reservation. Just go on over to Epcot and enjoy the show.
Another thing that you can remember too is that we've got different foods and stuff that are coming up for the 100th. So you'll be able to enjoy those. And I know they were having Easter givings now, and some stuff is extending through May 31st. If you listen to our news show a few weeks ago, I did read through everything that was going to be going on during the month of April and May. So I'm sure they'll be bringing out other stuff.
Yep.
And then I know that they're this upcoming week too is Springtime Surprise Marathon run, and that's going to be starting. The expo at ESPN will start on April 12th, Wednesday. And the races will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Again, I am so glad. I don't know if I mentioned this before the show or not, but I'm going to mention it now. I am so glad I am blocked out of the parks this week, because it is going to be so crowded there. Hang
on. I'm just going to recheck those dates. Hang on. I think I said, hang on. Merchandise is out. It's beautiful.
For the
Nice
100th or just
summery
in general?
colors.
Is this
Like
for the marathon or in general?
this is no, this is the springtime surprise that's
Oh, okay.
this weekend.
It's for marathon, yeah.
Yeah, no, and they're like a nice blue with turquoise, a nice like light medium purple, a mint color, very, 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 very pretty colors. And the expo is going to run um, 10 to 7 on the 13th, Friday, the 14th, 10 to 6, and Saturday, 11 to 3. And I believe the runs are Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday.
That's usually how they do it. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, good luck to all the runners
Yes. Good
that
luck.
have entered.
I did not sign up. I think my running days are over. Sad to say. I'll be just walking from now on.
Yeah, that's, if Kurt were here, he'd agree with me. I know that the only thing we run for is food. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that we haven't mentioned yet that is going on during
keep
the summertime. I
keep
mean, no, we've,
looking for merchandise. New
yeah,
merchandise is coming out,
mhm.
so
There's
and
always
I
new
know the
merchandise, new
release.
food.
Pardon?
There's always new food along with the new merchandise.
Oh yeah. Well, I know Kurt is looking for the orange bird, and I just seen information that it's coming soon. I don't know when, just
Yeah,
said coming soon.
yeah,
But Shop Disney is going to be having this stuff too.
yep, yep,
So
yeah. I know we've mentioned things in generalities here because things change all the time at Disney
they
World.
do.
And we don't know exactly when our listeners and viewers are coming here this year, if at all.
Hmm.
There'll be new fireworks shows,
Yes.
or a new old fireworks show, and a new and improved fireworks show.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
so that's actually they've started already because we're in April. So that's good news. And I heard they were. I haven't seen it, but I heard they were dismantling those tacos out in the
Oh, I
lagoon.
haven't seen it. They were still up when I was there.
Okay. All right. So maybe that refutes the information I got, which said they were being dismantled. Maybe they haven't been dismantled yet. Maybe they're planning on using them in the next fireworks show. I don't know. But that's really all we've got for you this week.
Yeah.
Darlene, is there anything you wanted to mention about anything?
Well, I'll just run through the hours really quickly. Magic Kingdom starting, well, Easter is going to be 9 to 11, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 to 11. But then Wednesday, you're also, if you're a deluxe resort guest, you can be in the park until 1 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 9 to 11. Epcot is going to have 9 to 9. On Sunday, 9 to 9 with extension for those resort guests on Monday, 9 to 11, then 9 to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Hollywood Studios is going to be open an extra half hour from 8:30 to 10 from Sunday through Thursday. Then they'll go back 8:30 to 9:30 on Friday and Saturday. Animal Kingdom is going to be open from 8 to 8. Typhoon Lagoon, 10 to 6 p.m. because we do have light later in the day. Boardwalk, 6:30 to 10. And Disney Springs, 10 to 11:30 p.m. On next week, Friday and Saturday. And then this Sunday through Thursday, 10 to 11.
All right. Thank you, Darlene. Now, I'm not going to give you the weather like I would if we were doing the show, but I will mention that if the beginning part of the week to the middle of the week, you're going to love the weather during the day if you're going to be in the park. It's going to be in the 70s. Then come Thursday, it's going to start getting into the 80s, and by the weekend, you're going to be happy you're going home if you don't live here, because we're going to get up into the upper 80s and maybe even 90s by then. So, yeah, we need rain here. I mean,
We do. This whole
what a
next
drought we've been
week,
in.
in Devonport and Claremont, I think, and Winter Haven, we're
Winter Haven.
supposed to maybe get 30% chance of rain. I mean, I know it's only 30%, but
Well, I know where I live. They'll say even if it says 60%, that 60% goes to the, mile up the road to another development, but nothing ever comes in.
oh, actually, they're changing it to 50%.
Yeah. It's between tomorrow and Monday, I think we're supposed to get most of
Oh,
the
no, the whole week.
rain. Oh, good. That's good. We need it here.
We do need it.
I
We
feel
do
bad for
need it.
people in the parks, but that's another tip I wanted to give people. Don't buy them here. Bring ponchos with you. It's a lot cheaper to bring your own than buy them here.
Right. I'm trying to
Um,
look for
and
Orlando.
if you happen to be in the parks in July and August when it's raining and you have your ponchos, you should be able to maneuver through the crowds and get on those attractions when everybody else is fleeing the parks.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely going to have some
Good.
nice temperatures this week.
Good. I also want to mention Mouse Fan Travel, our preferred travel planner. If you're going to Walt Disney World this summer, if you're planning on a vacation to come here this summer or anytime, they are the people to go with. They are absolutely the best. And, they do all kinds of vacations. It's not just Disney. So contact them and go to www.mousefantravel.com. That is www.mousefantravel.com. Yeah, Bernie's up. He heard that.
If you're looking to move
door.
down here and be near us, you can contact Victor Naraki at disneyatyourdoorstep.com.
All right. Thank you, Darlene. All right. That is going to do it for us this week. A little late this week, but better late than never. We will be back with a new show, hopefully before the end of next week. We're trying to revamp things a little bit here, so we'll have the news and the regular show together for you guys. Hope you enjoy the new format. It won't be much of a change, but a bit of a change. So until then, everybody be safe. Bye-bye. And to all those celebrating, happy Easter, happy Passover.
Have a magical day and stay safe. Pack your sunscreen and your stuff for your lips, your sunscreen for your lips, and happy Easter and be safe.